Over a billion people worldwide live with migraines. It's the third most common disease on the planet, and yet almost nobody actually understands it. Today we went out and asked some people questions about migraine. Some of the answers were surprising, some were funny, and some just showed how unaware we are. We started with the most basic question. If you have ever had a really bad headache, do you think you have probably had a migraine?
I think I have had a migraine. I've had a couple of migraines. I'm prone to headaches.
I think I have at some point in the past.
ठीक है, ऐसा कंपलसरी नहीं है कि हेडेक है तो माइग्रेन ही होगा.
You do get a lot of migraines and like headaches, work related only.
I've never thought about calling it a migraine, but I guess it is one.
I really have very less headaches, so I don't think so, not really. But I did have a friend who once told me that it could be migraine.
Most people get it wrong right here, and it's not even their fault completely. It's also the constant reminder by everyone around us that a headache must be equal to a migraine. But the fact is, a migraine is not a headache. A headache is actually just a symptom of a migraine, and for some people, not even the main one. Migraines are a neurological disease. It affects the entire brain and the nervous system. The WHO classifies severe migraine as among the most disabling conditions on the planet. So, do you think migraines are more common in men or women?
They are more common in women, I think.
Both, दोनों में ही है. From what I've read, it's more predominant in females.
शायद women में.
Women?
I think I would say like it's common in both of them. Like it doesn't like migraine doesn't see like which gender you are.
Actually, migraine disproportionately affects women. 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men experience migraine. The condition has historically been dismissed as emotional, exaggerated, or hormonal when complained by women, and not taken seriously by the medical community as well. Even when men get affected by this, they fear to complain because they are even less likely to be diagnosed or taken seriously. After all, it's seen as a women's condition. The next question was very simple. If someone cancels a plan because of a migraine, what is your first thought?
सबसे पहले मैं उसे समझाऊंगा कि देख ले यार, दवाई ले ले, फिर चल दे, क्या दिक्कत है.
Probably a really bad headache and a bad migraine, so they don't want to come.
I think it's irritating because we think that migraine is a small thing, but it's usually not.
हेल्थ पहले आती है, बट प्लान कैंसिल कर गया तो ऑफकोर्स बुरा लगेगा.
Fair enough. I get it.
First thought is that they're making it up.
I always understand because I've had migraines in the past as well, so it's a valid excuse.
These were definitely an understanding bunch of people. But most of the time, people with migraines don't get this kind of understanding from their workplace, from their friends, or even their family. And it genuinely is damaging because it stops people from seeking help. It affects their careers, their relationships, and their mental health. You know, a full migraine attack can last anywhere from 4 hours to 72 hours. During that time, many people cannot stand, cannot look at light, cannot hold down food, and cannot function in any capacity. So, what do you think is the main cause behind a migraine? Can it be stress?
स्ट्रेस भी है और आपका लाइफस्टाइल भी.
Yeah, I feel like stress, lack of sleep.
See, it's never just a single cause. So it's a combination of more than 2 or 3 things. So it can be dehydration, it is stress, and also a lack of sleep as well.
He's actually right. But there's more to the story. Stress is a trigger, not just a cause. And the distinction matters massively. A migraine is caused by abnormal brain activity that affects nerve signals, chemicals, and blood vessels in the brain. Researchers now believe it's linked to hyperexcitable nervous system that certain people are genetically predisposed to. Triggers include stress, hormonal changes, lack of sleep, certain foods like aged cheese or processed food, processed meat, alcohol, and even dehydration. Strong smell and bright lights and even weather can have an impact on people. But triggers are not causes. Someone with no genetic predisposition can have all of the same triggers and never get a migraine. But can you list some common symptoms of migraine?
A bad headache, like on one side of the head, eyes hurting, feeling tired, nauseous.
Feeling dizzy, maybe, having pain, and not being able to think clearly.
Yeah, irritation, anger issues.
Headache, stress in the eyes, I think. Feeling fatigue, maybe.
Throbbing headache, feeling very head heavy.
Beyond the throbbing head pain, symptoms can include nausea and vomiting, sensitivity to light, sound, and smell, visual aura including zigzag lines or partial vision loss, tingling or numbness in the face or the limbs, difficulty speaking, brain fog, and cognitive impairment, neck stiffness, mood changes, and extreme fatigue that can last up to days after the attack. That's a lot, we know. But it is different for everyone, and that is why it is more important to understand their problem. So, if someone told you that their migraine was making them throw up, would that surprise you?
Yeah, I have not heard of that before. So yeah.
Yeah, it would be surprising because I haven't experienced that, so it would be surprising. Not really. I mean, like nausea is common when someone is suffering from a migraine, so yeah.
Yeah, it would a little bit because I've not had a lot of experience with people suffering through this heavy migraine.
I've thrown up myself.
Nausea and vomiting are among the most common migraine symptoms, affecting over 70% of people with this condition. This happens because of how migraine affects the brain processing centers. This is also why oral medication doesn't always work during an attack, which is why migraine treatments come in many different forms. Once a migraine starts, do you think there's anything you can actually do about it?
I don't think so. It goes away on its own. I can just go to sleep.
I think maybe rest your eyes, try to take rest as much as possible.
You can't.
They're all both right and wrong, and it depends where in the migraine you are. A migraine has 4 stages. The prodrome, which can begin up to 24 hours before the headache. It includes symptoms like mood changes, food craving, and fatigue. Then comes the aura phase, and then the headache phase. And finally, the postdrome, also called the migraine hangover. The earlier you intervene, the better. Plus, not everything works for everyone. Tracking your migraine and trying different things to see what helps is what helps most people find the right solution for them. And also, did you know that there are different types of migraines?
No, I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that.
No. No, I don't.
Not really.
No, I had no idea. What are they?
Let me tell you. Migraine with aura comes with visual and sensory disturbance before the headache. Migraine without aura is the most common type, no warning signals, and it attacks straight away. Vestibular migraine causes dizziness, vertigo, and balance problems. Hemiplegic migraine, a rare type that causes temporary paralysis and weakness on one side of the body, mimicking a stroke. And there are more. So here's what we have learned today. Migraines are not just a bad headache. It is a complex neurological disease affecting over 1 billion people. It has been dismissed, minimized, and misunderstood for centuries, and that has a real consequence for people who live with it. Migraines are not perceived as serious issues because they are mostly episodic, do not cause visible damage, and are not contagious, which is why awareness is important, so that you can be understanding and helpful the next time someone tells you they suffer from a migraine. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment, and to learn more about migraines, check out our blogs in the description. See you in the next one.